Macomb County Prosecutor's new policy, one with a gun will get you two. Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Radzwion IV, your trusted attorney with Radzwion Law, PLLC, and today we're looking at a new policy put forth by Macomb County, Michigan's prosecutor, Peter Lucido. He has done some sort of news article with the Metro Detroit News that says criminals committing a felony while in possession of a gun will be charged with a mandatory 2-year felony under a policy announced today by the prosecutor. So one felony with a gun will get you 2 years in prison, says Lucido. There is no, quote, there is no constitutional right to possess a gun when committing a felony, end quote. He's trying to be tough on crime and tough on those who commit felonies that are already felonies by nature, even if they do have firearms involved. It's just now he's adding more punishment to the crime. I'm thinking of how this is going to be an issue, and we'll talk about that here at the end. But so let's look at what the news article says. This month, the prosecutor's office warrant unit met with Macomb County police detectives and heard their collective concerns about an increasing number of cases involving guns. The sometimes controversial Michigan felony firearm statute carries a mandatory 2-year consecutive sentence. Consecutive means not concurrently. Consecutive means you do 1 year and then you do another, and then your term for whatever you're convicted of would actually start. So if you had a 5-year felony, you're going to do 7 total. 2 years for this one, the other 5-year firearm felony or whatever you get. All right. So for over a decade, it was the policy and practice of the prosecutor's office to charge felony firearm, usually only if the weapon was actively used, such as in an armed robbery, a carjacking, or a discharge in an assault or a homicide. Lucido says his office will continue to actively pursue other gun charges, including felon in possession of a weapon and carrying a concealed weapon without a license. A convicted felon who possesses a gun or ammunition will be charged with a 5-year felony. Anyone without a concealed pistol license, a CPL, who has a gun in the vehicle they operate or occupy, whether concealed or otherwise, could face a 5-year felony unless it is properly stored in an inaccessible to the driver, unloaded, and in a case. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And that specific crime or felony charge is the one that I'm thinking of poses the most risk for the general populace who at large are not felons or are not trying to commit a felony or, some sort of egregious crime like assault, battery, murder, or bank robbery. But under this policy, if you are improperly transporting a firearm and you get charged with the CCW felony charge, with this carrying a concealed weapon charge, if you don't know what that is and how a prosecutor charges it, we do have a video that I will link somewhere in the description box. But this one, if you just are going to the range, to and from to the range, and you are not properly transporting that firearm, that handgun, then you can be charged with the CCW 5-year felony. And then on top of that, the prosecutor, can pursue going for the 2-year mandatory minimum felony of felon in possession of a firearm, even if the gun is not being used in some active role like they had charged in the past. If you don't know how to properly transport your firearm, we also have a video on that. I will link it in the description box below. Make sure if you are going to or from the range or bringing the pistol up hunting or to wherever, a friend's house to have him check it out, make sure that you watch that video first. Brush up on how to transport that firearm, because you don't want to be facing a 5-year felony and then a 2-year felony on top of that to spend 7 years in prison, just because the prosecutor is deciding to add these, these extra years on for this type of charge. So leave us a comment below if you have any questions. Let's have some dialogue. What do you all think about the extra 2 years being charged? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Leave us a like, hit that like button if you support the Second Amendment. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.